alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises on Sunday from 12:30 p.m. until 12 midnight in any licensed establishment which derives at least 50% of its annual gross sales from the sale of prepared meals or food and meets the definition of a restaurant in this section. Class 2 licensed retail sales on Sunday between the hours of 12:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Bowling alley, bowling center on Sundays from the hours of 12:30 p.m. to 12 midnight. Delete section 620 and replace it with sales in the town center district. It shall be unlawful for any person to sell, offer, sell, distribute, or otherwise dispense any alcoholic beverage, whether the same is class 1, 2, or 3 license as defined by the Alcoholic Beverage Code within town center business district. Board of Commissioners may authorize the sale of alcohol by drink under a class 3 license in the town center district, provided the business meets the definition of a restaurant as defined in section 6.1 of the Alcoholic Beverage Code during any special event or catering event that is approved by the Board of Commissioners. Often read for the first time at a regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Commissioners, City of Douglas, Georgia on November 28, 2016. Read for the second time and passed ordained at a regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Commissioners after properly advertised and captured as required under the Charter of the City of Douglas, Georgia on December 12, 2016. And this is ready for action, Mr. Mayor.
I entertain a motion.
Offer motion we approve.
There's a motion. Do I have a second?
Mayor, if I understand this correctly, this is the adoption of, or the change in just the ordinance. The city and the voters have already decided on the Sunday sales. So this is just to change the ordinance so that restaurants and certain businesses could have the right to serve wine or whatever if they have a venue or an event or something. So
that is correct.
I'll second the motion.
It's been motion
dead
second.
Motion dead, then.
She seconded it.
Okay.
Second.
The City of Douglas does not require a second motion.
Okay.
We just do it for formality.
Yes, sir.
It's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
It's a point of clarity in regards to the execution of this. Once you sign that ordinance, Mayor, it is our expectation to go forth to go ahead and notify those license holders in regards that they'll have the ability for the upcoming Sunday in relationship to, if they so choose. We'll notify them of that just in case they don't watch the television or whatever.
Once the ordinance is signed, you said?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Outstanding. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have Mr. Adams doing a little reading over there tonight, aren't you?
I read a lot, Mayor.
Yeah, I'm serious. Second reading of disorderly conduct ordinance amendment, and again, back to our city attorney, Mr. Adams.
Be it ordained by the Mayor and Board of Commissioners of Douglas in the regular meeting assembled pursuant to lawful part thereof, the defense of miscellaneous provisions of the City of Douglas, Georgia is amended and stands amended as follows. Section 62.14 consumes alcoholic beverage on any public street, sidewalk, or other public property within the corporate limits of the city. Possession of open containers of alcohol, beverage, or containers with the seal broken shall be prima facie evidence of consumption. This code section shall not apply to any area or place where the Board of Commission has approved an alcoholic beverage special event permit or any other approved catering event. This code section shall not apply to any sidewalk area where a business has a valid sidewalk cafe permit. Offered read first time at a regular meeting of the Mayor Board of Commissioners of the City of Douglas, Georgia on November 28, 2016. Read for second time passed ordained at a regular meeting of the Mayor Board of Commissioners after properly advertised and captured as required under the Charter of the City of Douglas, Georgia on December 12, 2016. And this is also ready for action, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. I entertain a motion.
Offer motion we approve.
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda, we have the concerns of the Mayor Pro Tem, Ms. Pearson. Ms. Pearson?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For clarity, I want to first of all get the date for the last executive session meeting that we had.
I was not here. I think that was what date was that? It was the first meeting in November that I recall.
Because I've actually gotten a little confused because I think I saw on this one November the 12th. That's what
he just said.
Commissioner Durham said. Okay. Well, if it was for November the 12th.
14.
Okay, November 14. The last meeting was 28. Okay, so what threw me off was our minutes had that we went into executive session last meeting, and that I offered a motion for that. So we'll get that corrected, because we tabled our minutes anyway. So then, since we went into executive session on November the 14th, 2016, what I want to first of all ask is, at that last executive session, what was the reason that we went into executive session? What was the reason? Whomever, the city attorney, Mr. Jacobs wasn't here, so the city clerk, what was the reason for that? Okay, personnel. Now, Mr. Adams, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it protocol to go into executive session just for personnel, or does it have to be a disciplinary action being discussed about the personnel matter?
If you go into executive session and discuss personnel matters, it does not have to be disciplinary.
It does not have to be disciplinary. Okay. Sure.
I think that as far as the personnel issue, that was always just a protocol that we wanted to go to executive session to discuss personnel. But as we learned the last meeting, you can actually do it here. So, but that was just a protocol that we've always followed, just sort of to protect the employees. But that was about it.
Okay. Because in my research under open meetings, I found something that differs from that, and it said that personnel matters in executive session should be limited to disciplinary action in executive session. But he's giving me an answer, so we'll see.
Okay.
Well, as you recall, Commissioner, you go into executive sessions to discuss personnel matters on a regular basis, particularly when you're considering hiring someone and those kind of matters.
Right, that's what it's limited to. It says hiring, firing, compensation, disciplinary, but it didn't.
If you went into executive session in this instance and you found that someone had done something wrong, then you may have wanted to begin some kind of disciplinary proceeding against that employee.
Okay, that's room for discussion, because that wasn't. Let me ask this question then. So who had it placed on the agenda to have an executive session for that personnel matter?
I don't recall.
Okay, would you know, Mr. City Manager?
As you recall back in relationship to the last group that set up here in regards to Mayor Commission, we had it as a standing, if you look on your agenda, as a standing provision that we would
put it on there,
and if there was a need,
right,
we would seek in the work session.
That's right. But being that you all gave out some documents in executive session, somebody had to have planned for an executive session to take place. Some documents were distributed in that executive session. So I just need an answer. Who had it put on? Who said we would go into executive session on that matter?
Well, I'll say this right here. I don't exactly recall, but you can attach my name to it because, as I said, I thought that all personnel actions were discussed in executive session, and that was my error.
Okay.
That was mine too.
Oh, you had to put on there?
No, I had nothing put on there, but I'm thinking the same thing that the mayor.
Yeah, I thought it was just what was a protocol
to deal with that personnel matter.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. Because see, when Mr. Presley got up to talk and he gave those paperwork that he gave, the mayor stopped and said, "This is a personnel matter, and we're going into executive session about
Correct.
it." So
that was the understanding at that time.
Okay.
So based on the information that I had at that time, or the understanding, I was correct, but I have erred.
So my next question comes to this right here. Why then, when Mr. Presley got up to state his concern or my complaint, and you stated we're going to talk about that in executive session, why then was Commissioner Moore allowed to participate in that discussion in executive session that concerned him?
My understanding, the way I remember, Commissioner, since you want to talk about what you all discussed in the executive session.
I'm talking about it concerning him.
I remember your exact words were, this is not about you, Commissioner Moore, this is about the police department. That was my understanding. Now, if it was something different, maybe I misunderstood. But my understanding, and I remember you making that statement several times, this is not about Commissioner Moore.
Well, but
this
it
is about the
was,
police
it
department.
was about him. It was about him, because when Mr. Presley got up to state about it, and he gave us a handout, and the mayor saw what it was pertaining to, he made the statement, we're gonna talk about this in executive session, it's a personnel matter. So, right from the get-go, before we even went into executive session, that was established. So, why was he allowed to discuss? Once we got into there and we saw that we was talking about the issue that went on between him and the police officer, why was he allowed to participate in that discussion?
Because the way I remember it, as I've already stated, you said that it was not about the actions of Commissioner Moore, but the actions of the police department.
Well, it was both. It was both. And as the attorney, you should have said, well, if this is going to talk about Commissioner Moore and what happened, then Commissioner Moore shouldn't be allowed to participate in this discussion, because he was actually allowed to vote, because it was a 3-3. It was a
wasn't a vote.
consensus. There was a consensus.
There you go.
There was a consensus.
Hold up for a
Three
second.
people
Excuse me.
gave a consensus. Yourself, Commissioner Roper, myself, and
He's not gonna stand with me
and
now.
Commissioner Durham. Okay, I'm just talking about what happened. There was a consensus of 3-3.
Correct. Let's be respectful. The mayor pro temp has the floor. Let's be respectful.
I'm
Sorry
done.
about that.
I'm done.
You done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next on the agenda, we have the items on the consent agenda. And we will turn that over to our city manager to read off the line, actually what we have discussed.
Okay. The first item is appointments to the Air Base Preservation and Development Committee. The second item is the 2017 DOT Local Maintenance Improvement Grant. The third item is the restoration of downtown benches. The fourth item is painting the exterior of the Martin Center for Public Information Department. The fifth item is the Main Street Memorandum of Understanding. The sixth item is the change order number 1 CDBG grant project. The seventh item is the TNT lift station 88 horsepower pump repairs. Eighth item is ESG contract with the City of Douglas. The ninth item is ratification for the generator purchase. And that's all the items that we have. Am I correct? 9 items. Is that right, City Clerk? Okay. For consent.
Everybody is in agreement that it's those items?
Yes, sir.
Repeat those, please. I was trying to get somewhere on my tablet.
Okay. First item is the appointments to the Air Base Preservation Development Committee. Second item is the 2017 DOT Local Maintenance Improvement Grant. The third item is the restoration of the downtown benches. The fourth item is to paint the exterior of the Martin Center for Public Information. The fifth item, lost count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Main Street Program Memorandum of Understanding. Sixth item is the change order number 1 CDBG grant project. Seventh item is the TNT lift station 88 horsepower pump repairs. Eighth item is the ESG contract with the City of Douglas. And the ninth item is the ratification for the generator purchase.
Outstanding. I entertain a motion to adopt the items placed on the consent agenda.
Motion to
So moved.
adopt.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Now we have 2 items from the regular meeting for your consideration. The first one is a request for fee waiver of Jim B in regards to the job fair that's to be taking place next year.
I offer the, oh,
Go
you
ahead.
want
I'm
to ask for a
sorry. Go
motion?
ahead. Go ahead.
I offer the motion that we waive the fee for the Department of Labor, but we assess the administrative fee.
I have a motion.
Second the motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is item number 15. The discussion was made at the work session in regards to moving the general comment section to the work session in regards to eliminating from the regular meeting, and subsequent that the general comments would be able to be submitted to Mayor and Commission as late as, Monday at 12 o'clock as of that meeting date.
Correct.
Okay. Did I get it
Yes, sir.
right?
You did.
Anybody care to put that in a motion for
Call
us?
for motion.
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Opposed.
Motion carries. Next, we go back to,
That's all the work session items and all
Thanks.
the consent items.
at this point, I believe we will turn it over to Ms. Georgia Henderson to discuss staff comments. How are you doing this evening?
Doing well, you all.
Doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Want to share some announcements on behalf of the city of Douglas. I'm going to read this one off of here. Just want to alert some of our utility customers that they will experience a temporary power outage this Wednesday for approximately 2 hours between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. due to some necessary line maintenance. The areas targeted that will be affected by this following roads, streets, and drives will include Wendell Sears Road, Hills Way Drive, Maplewood Road, Creekside Drive, Kentel Street, Mallard Point Drive, Mandarin Street, Muscovy Drive, Till Street, and Drake Drive. And again, that's a temporary power outage this Wednesday from 1 to 3 for necessary line maintenance. And the City of Douglas, we do apologize for any inconveniences this may cause. For as other announcements, we just want to say that there will be a community toy drive on December the 13th. That is tomorrow at 11, beginning at 11 a.m. at Curry's Wings and Things. We would like for the community to participate in this toy drive. This is the last week where we're collecting the toys that will be distributed on Saturday. We have collected a great bit of toys, and more is needed. And if anyone would still like to make a monetary donation, they're welcome to do so as well. This has been a joint effort of many agencies in the community, consisting of Southwire, the CSRA Probation Services, the Georgia State Patrol, the City of Douglas Police Department, the Douglas Fire Department, the Coffee County Sheriff Department, the Salvation Army, and the City of Douglas. And as we said, many others that are unnamed, but we will thank them later, follow up with a thank you card for their participation and donations to this toy drive. Now, the distribution of the toys will be this Saturday, December the 17th, from 9 a.m. until 12 noon at Central Square Complex. We are only asking for those parents whose names to show up with the families of kids that have been confirmed for the toys, to collect the toys to show up. We cannot promise that we will have additional toys, so that is how we're going to do the program this year. So we definitely thank everyone who has been involved with this. Coming up on December the 17th, we will have our monthly community December the community residential drop-off day. It will be from 8 to 12 noon, and it is at the City Pole Yard. Just want to remind our customers that you must provide proof that you are a customer of the City of Douglas and live within the city limits, and we only allow 2 loads, which is like a small pickup and cargo trailer type, only 2 drop-offs within that day from 8 to 12. The Martin Center this weekend has been hosting many events under the new management at the Martin Center, and this weekend will conclude their season with a dance group performance. Lord, I had it. I'm sorry. Let me go back to it. Sorry. By Expressions Dance Studio will be this Saturday. 2 performances at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. entitled Happy Holidays. So we thank William and the work that he has been doing to put quality of arts programs inside the theater. Also, the Coffee County Historical Society, beginning in January, just want to go ahead and let people know in case you have some items to contribute to this exhibit, we'll be putting up a new exhibit beginning January the 7th. It's entertainment Coffee County style. And opening reception, will be held on January the 7th at 10 a.m. until 12 noon, and it's going to feature some of the original members from the cast of Jukebox. Not sure if you all remember that group who used to provide performances at the Martin Center and who was very instrumental in helping to raise funds for the renovations back during the early 1990s. So that's going to be taking place. Also, one last community event before I leave. This Saturday, the American Legion Post 515 will be hosting the event Wreaths Across America. They have worked all year long to collect wreaths and donations for this project. Their goal is to put a wreath on every deceased veteran in Coffee County, on all the grave sites in Coffee County. I'm not sure of that number or how many it is, but if you would like to volunteer, meet up at the Douglas Cemetery at 9 a.m. and somewhere around 12 noon there will be a ceremony to commemorate this event. So those are all the announcements that I have at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. Since this is, we're going to move to, we have staff comments. We also have on the agenda general comments. Is there a citizen here that is present that would like to address the commission? Please go to the podium, state your name, address, telephone number, and your concern.
My name's Hal Presley. I'm currently president of the Coffee County branch of the NAACP. I was supposed to receive a letter from the city manager, city attorney, somebody. I just want to let you know that I haven't gotten it yet. I have not received it.
We sent it to the address that you had within that previous.
What address was it, please?
I don't know off the top of my head, whatever address that you had.
Do we have a copy readily available?
Get him a copy.
Let's see. Mr. Davis, do you have a copy?
I can get him a copy.
It says P.O. Box 2126, Douglas, 31534.
That's the NAACP.
Yes,
Yes, that's right. You sent it there?
Yes.
Okay.
But we can provide you a copy.
Yeah, I thought you were going to send it to my personal address. But
Okay.
That's
We
fine.
didn't. We were not aware. We just sent it to the
Okay.
If I had gotten a letter, I was planning on talking about it and making arrangements in the executive session. And as much as I didn't get it, so I can't talk about it. However,
Work session.
well,
Work session.
work session, okay. I'd like for you to give me, instead of 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I have some information for you. I have some information for you.
Mr. Presley, since I erred last time, you can take 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. There was a court last week at the courthouse. 2 people from the Douglas Police Department were on trial for alleged voter fraud. After sitting there all day long, listening to the witnesses, one of the star witnesses for the prosecution was a police officer. Was a police officer testifying against police. There was also somebody else there that y'all paid that worked for the city of, the Board of Registrar, and an official who's obligated to train people that work for them. Didn't do a very good job of training people. There were some questions that came up, and I'm asking that y'all be interested enough to get the transcript so you can see and know for yourself. I never heard of a 30-day rule where if a person moved in 30 days, you had to get your address changed. But what I was aware of, because I've been a poll worker for the Democratic Party on a lot of occasions, received training for it, was that if you came up there and you told those people that you hadn't moved You being honest and forthright. I have moved. I just want to know whether or not I can vote in this election. The process and the procedure that I bear witness to was that they look in the system. If your name was in the system, they would let you vote and then say, you got to have a change of address. You got to fill out a change of address. That was the process and procedure. Now, if you read the transcripts and stuff, you notice that that's why these people went on trial. These two police officers. For a bunch of junk. If somebody had taken the time to have a conversation with them, somebody could have saved some money for the city of Douglas, Coffee County, but didn't happen. It's amazing how some people are subject to and other people are not. It's a shame. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But I want you to read it for yourself. Just look over the high points. Over the high points. And the people who work for, who's supposed to be trained, some of the stuff brought up, they say, never heard of it, never been trained on it, never. And one of them in particular got up there toward the end and said, they let the people vote again and again and again, told them about the process and procedure. But some people say, oh, no, that's not so. The people at the top, there was one particular at the top, was sort of peeved because the question the attorney was asked. But we all are entitled to equal protection under the law. If we ask a question, then we look for somebody at the poll who's an official to give us direction. Because lay people are not supposed to know everything. That's why they ask questions. Simple questions. Could have solved it all. Now, I've given you some information, and I hope that you just take the time to look at it. And then you have some movement toward the way that place is being ran down there, because it's made a lot of errors. It's my understanding that when they went up there to that hearing concerning the Secretary of State office, that they were talked about for all the errors they made. Error. Now that place should be more professional. It should be more professional. The people should be trained. If folk gonna come to them and ask them, hey, is this all right? Is this all right? They should be able to give an answer, and the people should be held harmless. That's what I want to give to you. And that's all right.
Mr. President, I'll say one thing, that the city does not make any appointments on that board.
You pay them some money,
We pay
so you
money.
ought to have some
We ought to have some
ability to give them some feedback.
We ought to have some voice on it, but we don't have it at this point. But we're going to get something different changed over there, because I don't like the way it's going either.
That's right.
This should be a concern for the people.
That's right.
Everybody.
That's right.
Everybody can vote if they're qualified.
Yeah. That's true. So true. We don't have no voice at this point, but we will have some voice, one way or the other.
We're gonna, okay, outstanding. Again, Mr. Presley, thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else here that would like to address the commission? Please go to the podium, state your name, address, and your concern.
Might get tired of him, but my name Thomas Paul 1509. I joined the NAACP to straighten up myself. And people say about neighborhoods and this and that and this, sir, but we got a real problem. When we can't stand out in our yards and the police is pulling up, just like Sunday, we called the chief over there for something that went down, and then come to find out, I know that they wear video cameras on their shirts, and everything that supposed to go down, it's supposed to be on camera. And so the only thing the community asking for is help with these young folks jumping out these cars. See, after a while, what it's gonna do, it's gonna get the city tore up, because people gonna get tired of being dogged out for no reason at all. Now, if this officer asked him to go get some ID, and he was going to get the ID, why he got tased? That's just a question asked. Why should I get tased when you asked me to do something. But when he didn't, you know, didn't confine or whatever, he didn't get tagged. But I reckon it was a skin color, but you say it ain't racist.